Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Rookie Card Collector 123 video. In today's episode, we are going to take a look at the Post cereal and also Jell-O sets from the early 1960s, baseball card sets. Many would consider these oddball issues, obviously food related, and were issued for the most part all over the country. They were not regional sets. So there's quite a few of these out there. They're certainly not scarce, although there are some cards within these sets that are scarce, either due to factory short printing or the fact that they were on boxes of cereal or Jell-O that were not as popular as other boxes. And therefore, a lot of them sat on shelves. Consumers never purchased them. So those cards related to those boxes would be much tougher to find than the many others. The good thing is most of the major Hall of Famers were not short printed or not on the tougher to find boxes. So there's typically plenty of those out there. So I'm going to not only show a nice collection that I've got right now, which is from my show inventory. I just put them in alphabetical order. There's about 5 Jellos, I think. The majority is going to be Post cereal. And as I pull them out, I'm also going to, when I get to ones where I have a Post and a Jello from the same year, I'm going to show you how to identify the difference. For the most part, they're almost identical. And if you don't know the keys to look for, very difficult to figure out whether it's a Post or a Jello card. So let's get started. First card we're going to look at is a 1963 Hank Aaron. This one is a Post cereal. If I don't mention anything, these are all going to be Post cereal, as the majority I have are going to be from Post. The 63s were the third year. They produced a set in 61, 62, and 63. There was 2 ways you can get these cards. One way was obviously cut it off the cereal box. And there are still some complete boxes or complete back of the box panels that exist. Obviously much rarer than the individual cards like this Hank Aaron here. Those bring a premium. The complete boxes especially so. So the 63 Aaron here. Nice portrait image. All the Post cereal are going to be portraits. The photo's relatively small. On the side of the photo, we've got bio information. At the bottom, we have the previous season's stats. This would be from 1962, as it was a 63 Post cereal issue. The other way to find these, other than the back of the cereal box, is going to be you can mail in coupons from Post cereal, proof of purchases, and you can receive a team of your choice 10 card sheet. So basically, if you lived in the Milwaukee area, you're a Milwaukee Brave fan, you can send in all the proof of purchases, request a Milwaukee Braves sheet, and you would get Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews, Warren Spahn, plus 7 other Milwaukee Braves in a panel. Again, these panels intact are very hard to find these days and much more valuable than the individual cards. So, interesting issue. Not super hard to find one of these singles. May not find it at every local card show, but if you go to some of the bigger regional shows, you should definitely be able to track these down. Popular set for set collectors. There are some short prints that make it difficult, but it is doable to complete these sets. And now that I showed you the format, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on every single card. So the next one we have here, almost everything I'm going to show is Hall of Famers, except for a couple. The couple I'm not Hall of Famers are going to be probably short prints. So this one is Joe Adcock. He was another Milwaukee Brave. He's one of the short prints. This one is the 1962 Post cereal. Same format with the photo, the bio, the stats on the bottom, and popular third baseman. Next one is a 62 post serial Luis Aparicio, popular Venezuelan Chicago White Sox shortstop. You'll notice these have the 62s all have color borders at the bottom. The blue represented the American League players, the red represented the National League players. There's a few variations that exist with these where a National League player might have blue lines here dividing the stats in the center and the opposite for the American League. Those are pretty tough to find variations. Okay, here we have a 63, the next year, Luis Aparicio. Different image. Most cases, the images would change from year to year on almost every player. The only thing that was the same would be the Jell-O and post from the same year would be the same image. This one is a 63 Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. Nice portrait smiling there. This one's a 62 Yogi Berra. This one's in a little rougher shape. It's got some black print marks, especially around the bottom. Again, the blue designates American League. Here we have another short print. This is a 1961 short print. This is Ken Boyer, possible future Hall of Fame third baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals. Here we have Jim Bunning, 1962 with Detroit. So again, American League in blue. Uh, 1962 Orlando Cepeda, Giants. So National League, that one's in red. 1963 Don Drysdale. 1962 Don Drysdale, National League red. 1962 Whitey Ford, American League blue. I didn't mention, but the backs of these are supposed to be blank. This one actually has some writing on it. But the backs were typically either the back of the cereal box or the team uncut sheet. In both cases, the backs are blank, so no printing on there. 62 Nellie Fox in blue. A 1961 Whitey Herzog, Hall of Fame manager. 1963 Gil Hodges with the Mets at this point. 1963 Jim Cott, Minnesota Twins early in his pitching career. His rookie card was 1960. Okay, now we've got our first scenario where we've got a Jell-O and a post of the same player from the same year. So this is going to be, I'm going to show you side by side, and I have the Jell-O labeled as Jell-O. So these are, this is Al Kaline. This is a 1963. See the two cards there. And they look almost identical. Very hard to tell the difference. The difference is at the bottom left-hand corner here, where my finger is pointing to, there's a 1962 date there, and then underneath that it says life for lifetime numbers, lifetime stats. The red line that divides the 1962 and the lifetime, or the life, the line ends basically where the date and the life begins. The line does not extend beyond that point. You could see pretty well there. On the post serial card, that was the Jell-O. On the post serial card, you're going to see the line here The line extends all the way out, the red line all the way out to the border of the card. I'm not sure if you can see it too well on the screen here. Maybe there. So the difference between the Post and the Jell-O is on the Jell-O card, the line ends right under the ear. On the Post serial card, the red line extends all the way out to the border of the card. For the most part, that's just about the only way you can tell the difference between the two. So it's a very minute difference there. But that determines especially if you're collecting a Post set or a Jell-O set, which cards you need. So those are the Alk line, 63 Jell-O and the Post cereal. Next, we've got Harmon Killebrew, Minnesota Twins, 1962 American League Blue. We've got Eddie Matthews, Milwaukee Braves, 1962 National League Red. Again, and the 62 Posts are the only ones with the different borders on the bottom between American and National. 63 Post, Eddie Matthews again, different pose. Okay, we have another example. It's another Hall of Famer where we have a Jell-O and a Post from the same year. So again, this is 63. We've got Willie Mays. We've got the Jell-O on the right and the Post cereal on the left. So basically look identical, except for on the Jell-O here. The line ends after the 1962 year. And on the Post cereal, the line extends all the way out to the border. You can see it pretty good there. Okay, next we have Bill Mazeroski, 1962 Pirates, National League. The condition on most of mine is not great. These are just inventory cards. I was not looking for high grade, just affordability. So now we've got Willie McCovey, 61. Very early McCovey. His rookie card was 1960. So second year. And these postcards or Post cereal and even the Jell-O are typically, unless you get guys like Mantle, very affordable if you don't include the short prints. You can get guys like Aaron and Mays and Clemente in raw condition for $20 to $40 or so, somewhere in that range, in pretty decent shape. 1963 McCovey. Another nice image of Willie there. Got Minnie Minoso, 62. American League in blue. White Sox. We've got Robin Roberts, 62. National League Phillies in red. We've got another example of the Jell-O and Post, same year, same player. So this is Robin Roberts, Hall of Fame pitcher. The Jell-O and the Post cereal look identical. We know the difference is going to be in the red line there under the ear. Brooks Robinson, 63. We only have the Jell-O. Brooks Robinson, 62. American League Blue. Frank Robinson, 62. National League Red. Nice portrait of Robinson there. 1963. Frank Robinson, the batting pose. Now, these cards I didn't mention also have card numbers in the upper right-hand corner as well. So this one is our only rookie card we're going to see today. Ron Santo, Hall of Fame third baseman for Chicago. Sano's rookie card is 61 tops. This is a 61 post serial, so another rookie card option. A little tougher to find than the tops for those of you that like the scarcer stuff. There is another rookie card in the set also from 61, which is the Maury Wills, which comes out a couple of years before his 63 Fleer. We've got 61 Red Schoendienst. We've got 61 Duke Snyder. A 62 Duke Snyder, the National League Red. We've got the 63 Joe Torre, early in his career, second year with the Milwaukee Braves. We've got Hoyt Wilhelm, 62. This one is another short print. That's the American League Blue with the Baltimore Orioles. We've got the exact same image for Wilhelm in the 61 post. We've got Dick Williams, 62, with the Orioles, American League. We've got the 61 Dick Williams, batting. Hall of Fame manager, but during his playing days, he was a decent ball player as well. We've got a nice early win portrait, which is 1963, toward the end of his career. And last but not least, we've got Carl Yastrzemski, 1962, post American League Blue. So one thing I didn't mention or didn't go over, we covered the 63 Jellos. We had a few examples showing the difference between the 63 Jello and the 63 Post. 61, there was no Jello series. So the other Jello that came out was 62. The 62 Jellos, the way you differentiate them is different. It's not going to be that red line or blue line dividing the year and the lifetime stats. It's actually, there's two differences. One difference is going to be the post serial logo is going to be missing on the card. The 62 post serials have the logo in the upper corner, the red and white post, whereas the Jellos are missing that. So those two differences, one for 63, one for 62, to enable you to identify the two different issues. If you just like the collecting the images, maybe you're happy with one or the other. In most cases, the Jello is going to be the scarcer, tougher one to find, and probably a little more expensive than the Post. Although, like I said, there's a number of short prints, and that would change things depending on which is which. So I hope you found some good information there. Enjoyed the show and tell. A lot of nice cards to look at, mainly Hall of Famers, but a few non-Hall of Famers, mainly the short prints. And we'll try to do a few different series kind of like this, where I have a number of cards from the same set. We can talk about some of the variations, differences, etc. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.